Look, Joe Biden has obviously some kind of group of advisors who are running the government, his own little private Politburo. We know, and I write in the book, that he gets a lot of advice from these left-wing historians. He gets a lot of advice from the progeny of the New Deal founders, the grandchildren and children of these people. And he hears from them. But what's going on with Joe Biden is a chameleon. Joe Biden came into the Senate, and he threw in with the racists and the segregationists because he thought that where the power was. And he was actually one of the leading racists and segregationists. People don't understand this. And he opposed integrating our public schools. And now Joe Biden is about equity, about anti-white racism, open borders. He's embraced this entire American Marxist agenda, and they're instituting it by executive order, by regulation, by violating separation of powers and the Constitution. And just look around you. All the things you talk about on the 5, all the things I talk about on the weekend and on my radio show, this isn't climate change. This isn't Mother Nature. This is man-made. And so the question is, who are these people and what are they doing it and why are they doing it? And so I look at the history of the Democrat Party, and if people understand the history of the Democrat Party, they'll understand that this is par for the course. The Democrat Party's out for power. They can be Confederates one day, and 100 years later, they can be Marxists. They can support eugenics one day, and then the next day pretend that the Republicans and the country supported eugenics. They project their own history, their own horrible inhumanity from slavery and segregation and all the rest onto the nation and onto the Republican Party. And so I said, you know what? That's enough of that. We got to explain who's responsible for undermining this country. And it's purposeful. Look, Jesse, they wake up every day trying to figure out how to screw the civil society and the culture and anybody who stands up against it. They oppose the Bill of Rights. They oppose freedom of speech, freedom of religion, freedom to protest. They oppose the Second Amendment, the Fifth, Sixth Amendments. They turn to the 14th Amendment, the post-Civil War amendment that was intended to help blacks. Equality, due process. And what do? They twist it in some bizarre way to try and keep Trump off the ballot. Mm-hmm. This is the party we're dealing with. They don't play in the Constitution sandbox.
Why is he building a wall then now?
20 miles? You might as well build one that's 10 miles. That's not going to do a damn thing. There's 400 miles of open border, maybe more. That's not going to be blocked. So this is another fan dance that they do in the Democrat Party. So they'll get their media to support and tell, well, look at this. He's now building a wall. And notice he says he's doing it reluctantly. His hands are tied behind his back. So on the one hand, he can play to the radical kooks in his party. And then on the other hand, he can pretend, and his media will help him, that he's very serious about securing the border. We have over 7 million illegal aliens in this country. He's not serious about anything. And they are quickly approving their documents and stamping them in and want to give them federal identification cards. And so their children will be voting in this election. They want to flip Texas. The way to look at Biden and the Democrat Party is through a lens of power. They want to be the monopoly party. They are the state party. They have a monopoly state media, which all autocratic regimes do. And that's the key word, autocracy. It's not a normal political party. It doesn't just play politics. It wants to own the country, and it wants allegiance to the party rather than allegiance to the country.
Want to see more Mark Levin? Go to levintv.com and subscribe now.